Hi guys, welcome back to Coding World. Today in this video, we are going to see about what is a Git and what is a GitHub. So in this tutorial, I am explaining all the Git related commands and what is the purpose of GitHub. So let's first start with what is a Git. So Git is a version controller application. You have one team and in that team simultaneously multiple people are working on the same project. So we need a different version of your application and it is easy to handle such scenarios with the help of the Git. So for that we have to first understand what is Git commands and how those commands get operated while doing our project. You have to install, first step is you have to install Git into your application. For that, go to the Git download, and for my system, according to your system, you can, for me it is a Mac, according to your system you can download the app Git and just do the normal setup, continue, and you will be able to see the Git in your system. So check with the command like Git version. So if you are able to see the Git version, that means you are successfully installed Git into your application. So I have created a Git tutorial 1 folder in my system, and in that we are going to see our all basic commands. So when you install the Git, first command is init Git into your developer. So first command is initiate the Git in your folder. So for that we have to enter the command git init. Okay, so I have successfully initialized a Git empty repository in this folder. So if you if you hit, you will able to see nothing because this is an empty Git repository, but it is a this path has been added to the Git location. So now we are going to create some files and we'll add those files into our Git repository. So first of all, I will create a dummy file. So I have created a one touch file which is a text.txt. Sorry, text.txt it is. Let me remove that. Okay, let me create one file test.java. Okay, so if you see, this file has been added. Now this file is not tracked, this file is not added to the Git. That's why if you want to check the version of this file, you will not able to see in our Git. So for that, first command is like what is the status of your Git files. To know that, we have to click Git status. Right now it is telling you are on main branch and no commit aids, and this is an untracked file. Now to add this file into your Git repository, you have to use a git add and then the file name, file path. So I am going to add git this path, then I am adding this file into the Git repository. This file comes under Git context. Now if you check the Git status, you will able to see that new file has been added. Now like that, if you go and change into this file, you will able to see that this file is in commit, but it has untracked changes also. So that we will check. So let me do some modification into test.java. Okay, so I'm going to save this file. Now if you check this, we have changed this file. So it is telling that this file is tracked, but there are some untracked changes in that file. So for that purpose, you have to again add this file into your repository. So you have to add this file. Now you have added this file. Let me add this first. Okay, now do the git status. So there is no untracked changes, just only test.java. So right now we have seen those two commands, git add, git status. Now third command, major command is like you have to commit these changes. So for that you have to first add and then you have to commit. Git commit -m. This is for the writing message. So first commit, I am adding message. Okay, so if you click this one file change and file insertion and create this, okay, now this file has been committed. It will be still, it is in your local, okay, it is not pushed into the any remote location. That we are going to see in next. So now if you check git status, nothing will come here because you have committed all the files. Now you want to check that where that file is there. So for that, now one set of the changes you have already pushed into your local repository. Now you have to check that what is the log. It is a version maintaining, correct? So for that, git log will tell when you have committed changes, so all those information. So one version of the file you have already committed. Now again some developer comes and he want to do the changes in the file, so he will open that file. Let's open this file, test.java, and do some modification. Okay, let's write a main method. Okay, now I'm going to save these changes. So I have saved these changes. Okay, then it will start showing under our git status. So in git status you are able to see that this file has been modified. Now we want to commit these changes again. Okay, and for that, git commit -message second commit. Okay, so you have committed that file. Okay, now you want to check that is it committed or not. So for that, check that git status. Oh sorry, before commit we need to add the file. So git commit, if currently I don't have a many files but only one file, so that I can able to copy and give the path. But sometimes we change multiple files, more than 10 15. So in that case, manually adding those files or using git tortoise, I will take a separate session on the git tortoise. But manually adding those files here, it will be difficult. For that, let's use a second command, git commit -a. It will commit all the changes. Okay, so write message. Now check the status. No file will be shown here because you have committed all changes. So like that you are able to commit all your changes and you are able to see your versions. If you enter the git log, it will show two logs, your first commit, your second commit. So in this way you are able to track what was my past version of this file and who has changed that file. So all history will be maintained into the git log. So for that purpose we use the git, which is a version control application. Now let's move to our second part, what is a GitHub. Okay, GitHub is like open source platform where we store all our Git repositories. So Git repositories, you can create a repositories and you can keep the file on remote host. From that, people can clone file, people can clone project, and they do the modification in that and again push their version into GitHub. So first go to GitHub. So this is my GitHub account. I'm going to sign in. For that, let's clone this URL and set the remote repository as this location. So what we have created already, we have created a repository in our local. So we need to set the remote URL for that, so that when we push the changes, that will push into our remote repository. So let's add that git remote add origin and our URL. So let's copy that URL, paste it here. Okay, so we have added remote successfully. Let's verify that using -v. You are able to see that we have remote repository as our GitHub repository. So let's do git log, and all these are the commits which we have did till time. Okay, so now we have to push these changes into our GitHub. So git push origin main. Okay, so we are pushing our changes to GitHub origin. So guys, currently instead of doing, we was doing the merge log. So instead of the rebase, so git config pull dot rebase is equal space true. That will do the rebase of your repository. So now pull from the GitHub origin main method, main branch, and it will successfully pull your changes. Now we are able to see all our readme file and text.java file. So I am doing the clear and I am pushing my changes to origin, git origin main. Okay, we have successfully pushed our changes into the repository. Let's refresh this. Yes, we are able to see our test.java and readme file. Now let's do small changes into our, and you are able to see, like if you go to commits, then you are able to see the commits also. Here it is showing 3 commits. Let's see. So these commits has been like a first commit, second commit, and initial commit. So all those commits has been maintained, and it has been pushed as it is from your local repository to GitHub repository. So let's do one small change into our test.java file. Vi test.java. Let's place enter, and I am renaming it to a test1. So let's save this file. Okay, once you save, you have changed into that file, so it will start showing that file has been changed. So file has been changed. Now add this file into our Git repository. So I am adding this file. For that I have to give a message, our third commit. Now I am pushing my changes, push origin main. Okay, so this is the like doing changes, and this is a happy flow where we are pushing your changes into your Git repository. Now if you want to check that how many branches are there, you will able to see this is a main and remote origin mains. Now let me clear this. What happens, like sometimes you create a branch, but that branch present into your GitHub. I am creating new branch, test1, and I am cutting this branch from main branch. So like you can select from which branch you want to select the branch and start coding into that. Like sometimes like we use a develop branch for the all development, and whenever new features comes, we create a branch from that, and we create branch from latest develop and start developing into our branch only. Once that branch has been approved, that pull request has been approved by your lead or your manager, then you will able to merge that to your main branch. So let's create a one branch test. So I have created my test branch. Now you are able you will not able to see that branch into your local. Okay, if you use -a, this is for all branches. For that, to bring that branch into your local, we use a git fetch. Okay, so when we do git fetch, that branch will come into our local, so it is showing here. To move to that file, we have to use git checkout and branch name origin test 1. Okay, git checkout test 1. So we have switched to the test1 branch. Now let's do some changes into our test.java file. So I'm going to make changes into test.java file. So I'm adding some comments here. Changing file for new feature. Okay, once you do this, we are going to save this file. Now you will able to see that file under your untraced files. So these are the untraced files. I am going to add this file into our Git repository. So let's copy this and paste it. I'm increasing my font. So we are going, if we check, that will come under our traced files. Okay, committed files. It was previously red, now it is a green. So now let's commit this git message new feature added. Okay, now we are going to push our changes into test1 file. So we have successfully pushed our file into test1 and we are able to see under log new feature added. There are 2 branches and from that 2 branches I am selecting test. So for that test we have total 5 commits. Now what we have to do, we have completed our features and now we want to merge our changes into our main branch. In current tutorial, our main is our main branch, but in corporate develop we sometimes consider develop as a main branch. Okay, for our development purpose. So let's merge these changes to our main branch. Now for that we have to create pull request. Let's click on compare and pull request for new feature added. So in that case, sometimes we people give a Jira ticket name in header or short description about your feature, and then here you can put the screenshot. Also you can put more information about the features, and then you can create the pull request. Once you create a pull request, it will start showing what you have changed from main branch. So all those changes will start listing here. Okay, so we can merge our pull request, but before that we have to check the changes. What are the changes we have made? These are the comments, and here it will show the what are the files has been changed. So this is the file we have changed, like from test.java we have made some changes and test1 has been changed. So we are now like okay with these changes, and we are going to merge this file, merge this PR with our PR means pull request to our main branch. So hence I am clicking on our merge. So I am clicking on confirm merge, and this merge will be merged into our main branch. So it is showing that has been merged. Now let's check code and see. If you want delete branch, you can delete from here also. Okay, Now we are in main branch. We want to see that changes are reflected in our test.java file or not. Yes, that commit changes has been coming to our test.main java file. So this is it about like creating pull request, merging it to the main request. These are the things, these are the git activity we daily basis do in our corporate world. So I thought let's create like lots of many juniors and the people who are new to git, they face this issue. So I thought let's create a one git repository, git tutorial and github tutorial to those people. If you like this video, please subscribe my channel and share this video with your new friends who are new to and willing to learn GitHub. Okay, happy coding. Bye all.